Now let's get some insights following that development at the upper chamber.
We have Professor Aries Arugay, chairperson of the UP Diliman Political Science Department, joining us now via Zoom. Magandang umaga, Prof. Thanks for joining us again.
Magandang umaga. Thanks for having me.
Okay, so sabi nga nila, Prof, Lunes pa lang kahapon, pang Friday na yung mga balita, ang dami na. So what does the sudden ouster of Senator Tito Sotto tell us about the current situation right now?
Yes, Senate President Sotto is the third Senate President since the start of the Marcos Jr. administration.
Right.
So parang may Senate President kada taon, no, yearly. And this tells you the volatile nature of political alignments and political alliance. And the notion of who is majority and minority has been constantly shifting. And definitely the pivotal issue here is the ongoing investigation on infrastructure and flood control projects. So biglang nag-shift, no? It used to be the impeachment, no, of Vice President Sara Duterte, but now the issue is this wave of corruption allegations that have involved allegedly, and there have been insinuations that members of the Senate might be involved as well.
That's right. It's good you mentioned that nag-shifting issue, but we also have to, I don't know, sabi ng iba kasing analyst, no matter the issue, ang nangyayari daw is there are two factions. It's either you're with the Dutertes or the Marcoses. But what's strange or ironic to note is that you will see si Senator Mig Zubiri, na who once voted alongside in the Duterte bloc, are now separated from them and is with Senator Lacson and Senator Sotto, who voted supposedly against the archiving of the impeachment. Now, what does this tell you about saan ba talaga ang alignment nitong nila Senator Mig Zubiri and the rest of the majority? Kasi naging consistent si Senator Joel Villanueva. He stayed with the minority, the new minority.
Right. Let's remember, before it was SP Escudero, it was SP Zubiri.
Yes.
So it's quite interesting where Senator Zubiri has aligned himself, no? And what is consistent there is that he has never aligned so far since 2022 with Senator Escudero. But yung sinasabi ng iba na this is still the Marcos Duterte polarization, even the quote-unquote Duterte bloc, they said they were surprised about what happened yesterday. So how could the leadership change be about those two poles of the pro-Marcos and pro-Duterte bloc when the other bloc had no idea of what was going on? Senator Marcoleta was still conducting his investigation as chair of Blue Ribbon, while all of a sudden there's a new majority that would significantly change, possibly even, and we already know that there will be a new Blue Ribbon chair.
Yeah, that's right. But what do you say about this? Having said that, Professor, based on interviews and reports, the camp of Senator Tito Sotto rather didn't really, reach out to the Duterte bloc for this position. What does this tell you?
Well, I think it has something to do with the clear
alignment,
the clear position of Senator Sotto with regards to the impeachment of the Vice President, and therefore involving the pro-Duterte bloc might mean that concessions have to be made to them. No, hindi naman na kailangan eh. So I mean, it's a numbers game. So and what is critical here is that how could you really have a majority composed of sila naman yung nagtawag sa kanila na Duterte bloc, di ba? Senator Mark called themselves the Duterte bloc. Now, how could you be part of the majority and when the majority is supposed to be aligned with President Marcos?
Exactly.
So in other words, parang in fact that this should have been the way the Senate should have prefigured when the 20th Congress opened. But it did not eh. Nabigyan pa ng chairmanships yung mga pro-Duterte or Duterte
Right.
bloc senators.
So how does this then now affect the landscape, no? Kasi initially, that last makeup of the 19th Congress, medyo maguguluhan ka kasi supposedly administration backed yung mga nasa majority, but you had also a majority of the Duterte bloc. So with regards to the Duterte bloc, ano yung ngayon yung hold nila with regards to what's happening in the upper chamber?
Right. In an interview with Senate President Sotto, there are already indications that many of the Duterte bloc senators will lose their chairmanships. And this means that now there is more ability of the new majority to align themselves with what would be the priorities and the leanings of the administration of President Marcos Jr. So I think hindi rin yun nga nagkagulatan and when the magic number of 15 senators or in fact that's more than the needed
What is
majority.
required, yeah.
Yeah, what is required, then all of a sudden the pro-Duterte's senators who were holding or are still holding kasi mamayang hapon pa daw magkakaroon ng full lineup of new chairmanships. They were very comfortable with some powerful committee chairmanships. So they were able to have their cake and eat it too, meaning having chairmanships and at the same time take a very anti-administration slant, which is not supposed to be if you have a majority that aligns itself with the Marcos Jr. administration.
Dugtong lang muna doon. You mentioned kasi yung mga committees na nabigay sa mga powerful committees na nabigay sa mga Duterte allied senators. So what will now happen to the Blue Ribbon Committee chaired by Senator Marcoleta? Ang dami nagsasabi, tila yung listahan daw ng mga diskayas ay mostly from congressmen from this new Congress at wala daw nabanggit from 2016 when in fact on television inamin ng mga diskaya that they started 2016 during the Duterte era. Do you see now possibly a wider list coming out with the chairmanship of Senator Ping Lacson?
There's the possibility is now way more open than before because the gatekeeping, the perceived gatekeeping of the way the investigations are being held might no longer exist. And therefore, this might open new possibilities of to what extent really and a deeper dive into the extent and going far back. So, in other words, kasi previously the old majority thinks that they can control the investigation, no? And ang nangyayari kasi sa investigation na ito, no, day after day, it seems like no one is really in control of the investigations, no? And therefore, I think the one in control, if you will ask me, it should be the truth, di ba? So hindi dapat gini-gatekeep, hindi dapat na may pinoproteksyonan. And the perception already of the Senate has been declining since yung institutional reputation. And in fact, Senate President Sotto mentioned this, that one of the major reasons is to really bring back some of the credibility of the Senate. Kasi binubugbog na yung Senado as an institution, no, in social media and people's perceptions. Public surveys have proven this, that for the first time mas mataas yung trust and trust rating ng House over the Senate, no,
right.
Yung survey. So I think it's important that the Senate is able to regain some of the perceived loss in credibility and reputation, and I think that was the motivating factor for the
Right.
15 who are mostly composed of veteran senators,
Yeah.
yung sinatawag na previous Senate leaders na sinasabi ni SP Sotto.
All right. Thank you so much for your time, Professor Aries Arugay, Chairperson of the UP Diliman Political Science Department. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.